So this week we begin our working with modules. So for the next few weeks we'll be working with multiple different production areas. The first area we're going to deal with is props. Many stage managers are going to have to deal with props on multiple different levels. In our case, most stage managers will pull rehearsal props, potentially help with finalized props. But also, it's important to know when giving prop notes, how is the best way to communicate with the props department? How's the best way to communicate with the director? How's the best way to merge those two into a whole? So let's take a moment to think about what is a good way to communicate between the director, the props designer, artist, and the scenic designer, and make sure everybody's in the loop on the same project and on the same goal for each individual prop on a production. Okay, so beyond props and beyond generic props, what happens when you have a specialty prop or a prop that needs to light up, right? What other departments need to bring into the loop? Part of our discussion this week is going to be working with multiple departments on props. So let's think about an example of a scenic prop versus a hand prop versus an electrified prop versus potentially a cross-departmental prop that potentially is electrified, a costume unit, and potentially touched by the shop, right? You could have props that are multi-departmental. In addition to all of these things, we're going to continue working on our book this week. So, how do we incorporate props into the book that we've been working on? So, props tracking is a wonderful example of this. And an important role of the stage manager is to create props tracking sheets. So not only do we know where they are, where they come on, where they go off, where they're needed, who touches them, right? Because one person may bring them on, someone else may take it off, and it may get touched by 2 or 3 people while it's on stage. What are other considerations that are used by the prop department, the actor, the director, among all the other people, right? Who touches something? Who needs the information? These are many of the different ways that you can stay in charge of communication and be the hub of communication that we've been talking about for the entire semester. This week, again, like I said, we're going to continue spending lots of time on our book. We're going to spend less time in lecture and discussion so that we can get ahead on our book prior to fall break. This is going to be the last module before fall break. So I hope we can get some wonderful work in here, and I look forward to seeing you this week. Bye-bye.